What's up, Kabroda crew? Welcome back to our live stream. Hopefully y'all are doing well today. Back at it again on this Thursday, last live session of the week. So yeah, hopefully y'all are doing well. Not a whole lot happened yesterday. Kind of sat around. We got a little bit of a down run. If you're really watching it, there was a trade that ended up actually kind of happening here throughout the day, but nothing like really significant really happened until the London session a little later at night for us here in Texas. So overall, it's an alright day. If you're watching it, there's definitely some trade. You could have made about 100 or so just if you were trading just $100. So really not like an awesome day for sure, but not the worst day ever, so yeah, if you're watching it, that's there. We ended up kind of breaking down here, setting up a new pattern, kind of looking like a bearish flag sort of forming here, so nothing too crazy. Yeah, the guys at night sold London. UK people, I guess, just sold out, got rid of their stuff. They didn't want to have any more Bitcoin, I guess. Save more for us, I guess. Yeah, we got that breakdown. Kind of got a flag forming here with the flat bottom and a curving down top. There is this resistance here still. I believe this is the 1 hour. Here, look, check. Never mind. Yeah, I believe this is the 1 hour time frame low. It might be the 4 hour as well. Regardless, though, it is one of the higher time frames, major resistance zones. So that's kind of an area that makes sense that it's kind of bumping up against it and not being able to clear through it. So that's kind of what we're watching for, I guess, today, is that breakthrough it. We're just gonna jump in though, get that battle box going, see what we can get set up, and yeah, we'll see what kind of trades we got running today. Just make it a little more fun. Got the coffee again today, same thing, just a little Texas pecan, one of the best coffees, I think. We got a little bit there. Pretty nice little coffee here. Yep, always gotta have coffee in your trade. It just helps you be in a better mood when you're trading. All right, we'll head on over to our Kabroda site here, if it's gonna load. Maybe not. Let me check. All right, here we go. Got our Kabroda trade up here. Our Kabroda website is right here. If you guys haven't checked it out, kabroda.com. We got everything on here. Basically, we updated our front page, so if you guys are looking to kind of jump in, go check that out. It's nice. It just looks nice. It's just a little nicer. It's not necessarily if you're already in the site and then are like paid member already. It's not really anything like crazy to look at. We also added our YouTube videos on here, so if you want to watch some of our content here on the site, you're welcome to do that. It should just take you directly to YouTube if you click on watch this playlist. But yeah, we're working on bringing this more on board. It'll be a little nicer, a little cleaner as we go on, but this is kind of the basics of it. And then we're also working on putting this into the members only area, so once you actually log in and pay for it and everything, you'll be able to access this as well. This is our free trading course, though. It is on our site now, as well as on our YouTube channel. So if you just check out our YouTube channel, click on our profile here and go straight to our YouTube channel, you'll see our free trading course. We are working on running through and updating that as well. So more to come, but that'll be as we go on. I'm gonna get signed in here, so 1 second. All right, we're back, and we got our session controls now all on here. We got really nothing changed here too much, just the normal, you know. We got our asset. We're trading Bitcoin today. That's one of the main things we trade here on our channel. We do also have Ethereum and Solana here on the Kabroda Battle Box, but mainly we trade Bitcoin. We're gonna go for the US futures, New York futures today, so that 8:30 time slot is kind of what we're looking for, and you can see it on here, what time frames you're kind of supposed to be one, getting ready, and then getting ready to execute, and then when you should be kind of turning off the computer and being done for the day. So we're right in the execution time, so let's get it set up real quick and kind of see what we got going on today. So one click of the button, and we got our daily support, daily resistance, breakout trigger, breakdown trigger, and a whole bunch more data. So we'll just go ahead and click the copy indicator data button, and we can head back to our chart here and drop it into our specific indicator. Like I said, this does come with our paid membership, so if you all are already in that, then you know that, but if you're not in it, then check that out. And pretty crazy, but our breakout level is lining, or breakdown level, sorry, is lining up right here with price action. So right on price action, pretty crazy right there. We got a little bit of a breakdown here. All we need is that 2 candle closes, get that retest, and we could take a trade to the downside. Just the basics of the Kabroda system. But it is lining up almost perfectly with our little triangle here that we kind of drew on the chart earlier. Looking at a descending triangle, I believe, or no, it's a descending wedge, I think. I don't know. Too many names. But it's a trade pattern that's forming here. Typically these tend to fire pretty good. I would say higher than 60, but you can pretty much say almost any pattern will go about 60% of the time it'll launch. So the hard thing with patterns is just, you know, you draw a pattern on there, you don't know for sure if that's actually the pattern or if it's just something you're just kind of seeing because maybe you're tired, or maybe you, I don't know, like maybe it could even just be you're like, oh yeah, look, this is a triangle, and somebody else is like, well, I think it's I don't know, head and shoulders or something. I don't know, something crazy. Like, obviously that's not right, but like, say they're like, oh yeah, this is a shoulder, and then another head, and then the right shoulder's right there, and this is the neckline or something like that. Kind of crazy, but maybe, who knows, you know. So patterns are kind of all over the place. That's why we tend to just go with support and resistance. They're more intact. We can use math to kind of figure them out. So they're just a little more logically sound, I guess. And we could teach people a little better on that rather than like trying to train people, you know, like, oh, you need to have the eyes. You need to be able to see like this pattern forming or this, you know. It's just, oh, use our lines here, and then we can teach you how to trade based off of that. So yeah, if you don't already know how to trade, like I said, we do have that free trading course. Make sure you check that out. But yeah, these are our lines for today. So we got our breakdown line here in purple. Our breakup line or breakout line is in the green up here. So definitely not very likely today. It's above price action was yesterday. So have a decent amount of run here if we're looking for a breakup. We're definitely gonna have to run up there a little bit. We got our daily support here in the blue dotted line. This one, green one's one that's around the chart, but this blue dotted line here is our daily support. The I don't even know where it is. Oh, okay, that's interesting. The daily support is the blue dotted line, and the daily resistance is the red line. However, they're both above price action, so technically they're both daily resistances right now, which probably signifies we're pretty bearish if we're below both the daily support that the math on the battle box figured out, and also below the daily resistance. That just shows us that we're more bearish than not. So I don't know, kind of crazy. We are below the 21 and the 200 on at least on the smaller time frames. We are 1 hour and down, basically. We're below the 21 and the 200. On the 4 hour, we are in the middle, so we're still retracing back to that 200. So even just that tells us that we're probably going to drop at least to 89,250 today or so, 89,250. So we'll see what happens there, but that's kind of the area that we're looking at. That's kind of the area we're looking for. For sure could trade down to, at least. Could go farther for sure. I don't know, basic targets, I guess, like where could we go? That'd probably be the main area I was kind of looking for, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark that. But we could be looking at, I guess, a really far target at 87.5. I don't know, we'll see. It's definitely a little farther out there, that one is, but it's a possibility, I guess. So we can do our little flag here and see what our flag thinks. So our flag would put us at 88,600 basically. So maybe those are the two targets for today. One at 89,250 and then another one at 88,600, basically 650, 600, right in between there. So that's kind of the two targets we're looking at. The 200 would be your more likely target, and I would say for sure, like definitely the 1 hour is, or the 4 hour 200 is definitely a big target. And like we always say on the channel, you know, when you break below that 21, you're going to come down for the, that 200 on whatever chart it is. Typically we're talking about the 5 or the 15 whenever we're saying that, but even on the longer time frames it works the same way. So we got that drop below the 221 right there, so we're looking to take it down to that 200 now, and we're on the last leg of the move. Could we bounce here? It's definitely a possibility. I mean, we bounced, we kind of retested it right here on the 2nd of January. We retested this 4 hour 200, so we could see a bounce there, could see a bounce here, but more than likely we will see that retrace at least to the 200. If anything, it'll be a little wick there on the 4 hour, so possibly get the wick here. You'll see that on the lower time frames though, so we'd be trading during that wick, but on the 4 hour it just looked like a little wick happened. But that could be a 3 hour long run down, and then we just spike back up in the last hour, and that's the wick there. So we'll see kind of as we go throughout the day, see where we end up. Moving to the 1 hour, kind of look through it here. I mean, yeah, even the 1 hour kind of shows that flag forming here. So like I was saying, we got that flat bottom here, basically at our breakout range, and then you got kind of a curved down run here. Almost lines up with the rest of the fall down, which means we're still in that downtrend for sure. If we continue that, like I said, we'll be around this 88,650, 600 range. That'll be where we're taking it down to. So decent little move down today is expected, at least for just some basic TA. We'll run the battle box, see what the DMR says about it, but that's kind of my thoughts on today. So y'all have to let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. You think it's gonna go down, you think it's gonna go up, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. You know, that's where we're looking for, is at 88 600 or the 89 250 range. That's kind of the range I'm thinking. But yeah, right now we got the breakdown below the we got the breakdown, I guess. We're breaking down below it. We got the close right now, so that is our breakdown candle. Now we're looking for 2 more closes here before a retest, and we'll be looking to take that down to the levels here, so 89 250 or so, something like that kind of forming. We'll see as we move on. Yeah, we'll just see what happens here. The nice thing about the battle box system, you know, or any system really, if you trade it right, is just it'll keep you out of the market. So if you're looking to jump into this and you're like, oh, it's gonna go down, it's gonna go down, and you jump in right here, that's where you're gonna lose money. So you're always gonna want to run with your system. Our system is to wait until we get that pullback, so that's what we're waiting for. We're not trying to jump into anything crazy. We're not trying to chase a trade. We're just waiting patiently until this happens. If it doesn't happen, then you know we'll be looking for the next trade. That's just kind of how it goes. That's how trading is. So if you're looking to become a better trader, that's what you're going to start looking for, is stuff like that. But like I said, for right now, we're looking to break down a little bit more and take the trade back up. Or not take the trade back up. We're looking to take it back up, get it in on that pullback, and then take the trade down to one of our targets, if not both of them. So we'll see what happens here. We can go ahead and go back to our Kabroda Battle Box though, and launch our AI here, and go ahead and throw our levels in there and see what it says about our DMR. If you guys are looking to use this, like I said, it's kabroda.com, so KABRODA.com. Check it out. You can look at our channel name if you need that spelled a little bit slower. Same way to type it basically. So just type it in online, search us up. All the information's on our site for kind of what we do. Everything that you've seen in the video so far is all just us using me using the Kabroda Battle Box system. So check it out if you haven't already. Pretty cool little system. One of the first of its kinds on the platforms here. So it's definitely a unique system here. Mostly what makes it unique is the fact that we are using AI, and we've basically trained it to become like basically a trading expert. Obviously, it's not a financial advice giver, so anything it says is just for educational purposes only. But we've basically trained it to be able to teach people how to use TA and like what you should be looking for, what you shouldn't be looking for, specifically with our system, I guess, is a caveat, but it could teach you pretty much everything you need to know. And the nice thing is, unlike other people who just have like, you know, videos and stuff, with the AI, you can ask it any question. So like, say you're watching one of our videos and you're like, what? I don't get what he's talking about with FRVP zone, and then you can go ahead and ask it the question. It'll tell you exactly what you need to know, like what is an FRVP, what's the point of using them, anything like that. And you just ask it, it'll tell you. It's just there for you 24/7. You can go ahead and ask it pretty much anything. That's what makes Kabroda different than almost any other system out there. Anyways, let's check out our DMR here. So you can see it's all kind of laid out nicely with little paragraphs, I guess, about each different section of the daily market recap. So we're just gonna kind of go through, read a couple of them, and see what we think about it. So for the market snapshot, the BTC USD is trading around the 89,863 range, sitting on top of the breakdown trigger, which we already knew. It's near the 30-minute opening range low at 89, about the same level really of the breakdown. That level tells you the market is opening heavy and fragile, with price pressing the range to trend line instead of sitting back comfortably inside the value. Value from the prior session sits higher, with volume area high near the 90,271, and the point of control is around 91,257. Volume area high is around 91,705. So location is clearly below value and below the prior day's most traded zones. So that's kind of what we were talking about earlier. You know, we got price below, like we said, the daily support and the daily resistance. We're below pretty much every level that we have on there. So definitely leaning more short. It's looking more and more short. So that's kind of what the battle box is saying there, is that's what we're looking for. You can see that in the next session. Today's lean is short. It's not a soft lean, but a conviction call. The buy score is mildly negative, and confidence is slow, which means you treat short as a directional preference only after proof shows up. So that's what we were saying earlier. We're wanting to see those 2 candle closes, then that retest. Before that, we're not looking to jump into anything. We're just looking to kind of just wait, you know, jump in when we want to jump, or jump in not when we want to jump in whenever the system actually tells us that we should jump in, and then we'll be able to take that trade down. It is looking short. It's just saying, you know, watch out, because just because it's looking short doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna go short anytime soon. You want the market to tell you that it's gonna go short before you jump in. Biggest reason the lean exists is location, opening below value, and the fact that price is much closer to the breakdown trigger than the breakout trigger, which creates downside asymmetry and acceptance confirms. So kind of what I was saying earlier, you know, we're closer to that breakdown line. We're below all the different supports and whatnot. We're below the moving averages, you know, like all of that stuff just adds up. So it is telling us, you know, short overall. That's kind of what we're looking at here. For the higher time frame picture, as we kind of went over earlier, the higher time frame picture is mixed in a way that often creates choppy decision points. The one-day trend reads up, but the 4-hour trend reads down, which is exactly how you get intraday sell pressure inside a larger uptrend. On shelves, the nearest downside shelf is 89,643, so that's pretty close to well, I guess that one's kind of talking about the 4-hour zone here that we were talking about earlier. So this blue zone, that's kind of what it's mentioning is the closest shelf. So that'd be this kind of shelf right here. I guess that's the 1-hour shelf here. So my bad. But we got that one on there. And then moving down, overhead resistance shows up first at 91,791, and that's on the 1-hour, and then much higher at 94,4045 on the 4-hour. The clean takeaway is that the 4-hour is still leaning down until reclaimed levels hold, and the market is currently trading closer to downside support than to meeting upside resistance. Today's price map. So right now we're in the entire day revolves around the breakdown trigger at 89,883. Kind of what we were saying earlier, you know, that's why we're watching that breakdown trigger. If price accepted it below it, and the next downside magnet is the 1-hour support shelf at 89,643. That is the area expect reactions and two-way trade before any farther extension. Above you, the first place the market can breathe back into balance is the value low, blah, blah, blah. So if we continue up, we'll be looking for it to come and take that POC level out. That's kind of right above the breakdown level right there. So if we go check out the chart, it's this area right here. We're kind of looking for a reclaim almost of the 1521 here. Just come up and reclaim. That would kind of tell us, hey, you know, we're starting to not look really as short as we thought we were. We're looking to come up, possibly even come up to these, maybe more in the middle here. I don't know, but if we get that break of that 1521, that'll tell us that we're kind of actually looking to break the short, I guess, lean and start to kind of look for more of a rotational setup. So we're kind of looking to trade rotational in between the two breakdown and the breakout levels here. So moving back, daily support is higher at 91,276, and the daily resistance is far above at 94,445, which tells you the hard edges are not what price is actually interacting with right now. Triggers and value are. So how price is likely to behave today. Because price is opening below value and hovering right at the breakdown trigger, the most common behavior is a fight over acceptance. Either see continuation pressure where attempts to reclaim 89,883 fail and price starts walking lower towards the 89,643 range. You'll see a reclaim that pulls back into value, which trends to invite rotation back in towards the 92.71 first, and then the POC region at 91,256. If the reclaim was real, staying power, the key is touching either side of the trigger does not matter. What matters is if the market can hold. So really same thing we were saying, you know, like we're looking for that market to come down and hold all the way. Yeah, we're just looking for it to hold, you know, 2 candle closes. We'll retrace on the 5-minute, then we're looking for that breakdown before we jump in. We don't want to jump in early, like I said earlier. So we're really looking for that market to confirm that it's actually going to continue down and not just break back up through the level and continue to the upside. Grab a little drink of coffee. So what kind of trade ideas could we use today? Clean instructional ideas, a breakdown acceptance continuation, only if the short permission is actually completed. So yeah, that'd be the easiest trade, you know, like we were saying, the down trade obviously is the one that we're looking for. If the breakdown does not hold and price claims back above the 89,883, the daily shifts into a rotational logic. So kind of like I was saying earlier, if we get that break back up, we're going to rotational. Rotational means we're trading from either the breakout or breakdown to the POC level, which is that 91,257 range. Yeah, so yeah, basically we'll just be looking to kind of trade up, back up to that mid zone, basically in between the breakdown and breakup level. And that's kind of the trade that we'd be looking at if we get a breakup here. What should we avoid today? We want to avoid treating the short lean like a green light, because obviously it's not a green light yet. We need those 2 15-minute closes and that retest. We want to avoid fading momentum if we get a clear breakdown acceptance sequence. Trend days punish Hurek fades, especially when price is already below value and walking away from it. Also avoid trading in the middle of nowhere between 89, 892, 90, 97, just because the 30-minute range is tight. That zone is where chop lives, and the day is telling you to make decisions at triggers and high value edges. So basically today we're just trying to separate bias from permissions and permissions from proof. The market is sitting close enough to the breakdown trigger that your brain will want to anticipate to move, but Kabroda structure says you need to participate only when acceptance and alignment are met. If the tape says messy or reads reclaiming and losing 89,883 with no clean hold, the correct posture is to hold fire and let the market pick a side first. So yeah, pretty much nailed it right on the head with our little TA session here at the beginning. We're just looking for price to give us those 2 closes, that retest, tell us it's going to continue down, and then we'll jump into the market here and we'll take that trade to the downside. That's kind of where we're sitting at. So nothing insane, you know, just kind of hanging out, waiting around. Yeah. Don't got a whole lot going on after that. Just kind of hanging out, I guess, and waiting for that trade. We got about another 15 minutes before we see that candle close. Seems like the last couple days it's kind of been like that. 8:45 or so, you're seeing the close actually happen, and it will tell us to jump in and well, okay, 8:45 is telling us that we got the 2 candle closes the last couple days, and then we're just waiting for that pullback to come back up and tell us to jump in for the trade down. So we'll see what happens here. But yeah, not a whole lot going on other than that. Got our walk in this morning. Now, always good to have a little bit of time to kind of relax in the morning before you sit down and look at the charts. Just get your head kind of clear and get your mind in the right place, you know, working out a little bit. Yeah, just having that like nice morning to kind of like sit and just enjoy, like, yeah, just like not being like right in the charts like this. So that's always good for you in the morning. That and you know, you gotta grab your coffee too in the morning. It's always the best thing you can do for your head. You know, a lot of trading is actually what you do outside of trading. A lot of the mindset is just like what you do before and after you trade, even, you know, just getting yourself healthy, getting yourself right, sitting down and then checking out the charts as with clear minds, clear conscience. That's what you're kind of looking at the charts with. That'll help you get better at trading, get yourself in the right mindset for it. But yeah, we had a nice little walk today. Took the dogs out. Went for like an hour walk or so. So a pretty decent little walk. It's one of my favorite things to do in the morning. Wake up, take that walk. Like I said, just as nice to be outside, because that's always nice, you know. Going outside, there's just something about going outside that makes it nice. But then also, you know, just getting up, getting something done first thing in the day always is a good way to go. Clears your head, gets your head kind of started in the right space, you know. I watched one guy one time kind of talking about, he was like a military guy, but he was talking about like how making your bed can like affect you in the morning. And his whole thing was like, if you make your bed in the morning when you get up, then you're basically saying you are getting one task done, like at the beginning of the day. So he was like, no matter what happens the rest of the day, you've completed a task. So he was like, you know, you got to win in the books kind of thing. So I mean, you could kind of think of that like trading, you know, you're sitting here, no matter what happens during the day, you know, I already took my walk this morning, so I got my win in, you know. And that's kind of the same thing here. That's kind of what we're looking for here with the trading, is the same way. So like for this trade, for example, no matter what happens here, we got our win in, right? We're watching the chart. We're staying out of it right now because it hasn't told us to jump in. So even if we don't end up getting this downtrend, it's still a win because we're doing our system. We're getting our trade on right. So that's kind of the way you should think about it here as we continue just kind of looking at it. But yeah, like I said, if y'all are interested in learning some more about trading, check out our videos. We do have our whole channel is basically set up on just straight trying to teach people how to do some TA, specifically how to use our battle box. I'll give to you that, but we also just cover like the basics as well. So like even if you just wanted to like kind of learn, and then you're like, oh, I don't care for Kabroda's system. You don't have to stick with it, but you'd have the basics you'd need for like any other kind of system you're looking to trade, or even if you're just looking to invest or something like that. There's so much information on there. You could use it for pretty much anything like that. So I don't know, like, yeah, just check it out if you haven't already. Great place to learn. We do have a lot of educational videos on there. Like I said, we are working on revamping it, so if you aren't too interested in it right now, or you check it out and you're like, it's all right, but I don't know, you're just like, it's all right. Come back, check it out a little bit later. We'll probably have something new, something better. We're always coming out with new stuff. Just, yeah, hit that subscribe, hit the notification bell. Really helps our channel out, helps us teach more people. And it will help you stay connected, with us. If you don't really want to check us out right now, maybe you'll check us out later. That's the way to do it. We also have our X account as well, so if you're not a big like YouTube person, you could check out our X account, or even our TikTok. We do have one of those as well. We don't have any kind of like long form videos on either of those channels, or the trading courses mostly on YouTube. So if you are looking to jump into that, you'll want to stick with our YouTube channel here. Kind of check that out. But yeah, just kind of hanging around, waiting for this candle to close, see what we can get out of it. Got the dogs going crazy for some reason. Yeah, I don't know, we'll see what happens here as this candle kind of closes. One sec, I'm gonna shut my door. All right, I don't know what's going on right now outside, but I guess one of the dogs is not too happy about it. Just trying to stay focused on trading now. Can't have the dogs distracting. Stay down, Baxter. Yeah, I guess problem, got dogs, you got kids, whatever. Gotta come in, mess with you while you're trying to do some trading. Always distractions, you gotta stick with the program, stick with trading, watch the charts. But yeah, I don't know, we'll see as we go. See what kind of trades we could jump into here. See if we can get anything going on. Baxter, stay down. Down. Yeah. I don't know, what are y'all up to today? Y'all think these trades look good? Y'all think they're like kind of crazy or something like that? Also, if y'all do end up checking our website out, make sure you give us some feedback. It always helps us improve the site. We're looking for feedback on kind of what's happening. It just helps us, improve and get the stuff better. But yeah, we're always looking to improve. Yeah, just waiting around. That candle is about to close here in like 5 minutes, so we just got a little more time to hang out and see what's happening. Got the quiet dog in my room, so Should be a little better in here. Hopefully y'all can't hear that too loud. He was pretty upset. Sounds like he's calmed down now. I don't know what. Maybe somebody like came to the door or something. I don't know. Didn't hear anybody, but never know. That was one thing that did happen this morning. There's like a little kitten thing on our walk. Just like followed us all the way home. We patted him a little bit, and then he like followed us around. We even had one of the dogs. He still followed us all the way back home. And then he tried to come in our garage. We're like, probably shouldn't stay in here. We're gonna shut the garage door. So it's pretty cute though, little kitten. I don't know whose cat he is though, but it's the first time we'd seen him actually. It's not the first time that we've been followed by one. There's another time we like went up a couple streets, and then there's like another 2 cats actually, and they like followed us. We went on like an hour walk, and they followed us the entire time, like walking around the streets. We were like, man, it's crazy. Like, you wouldn't think 2 cats would follow you that far, you know? Because normally cats, you know, even the nice ones, they'll come over, they like pet it for a little bit, and then they're just like, all right, we're done hanging out here. Like, we're gonna go. Who knows? I don't even know what cats probably do most of the time, but they're just like, oh, we're gonna go do something else, and then they just disappear for a little bit. But I don't know. It's kind of funny. Funny thing that happened today. Yeah, this candle's about to close. Kind of have a crazy candle, honestly. We got almost a Darth Maul kind of look. You know, you got, and what that means, we got our wick here on the top side, wick here on the down side, and then we got kind of like a little handle in the middle. You know, like Darth Maul's lightsaber's got 2 blades, so that's why they call it that candle. That typically means rotation. So just because like the basics of it is like when you're looking at it, you can see the bulls tried to push up, then they got pushed down. The bears tried to push down, then they got pushed up. So who has control? Really, neither of them. If it closes like that, that is, and really neither of them kind of have control. They're both just fighting for it. So which direction are you going to go? I don't know. But when you see it like after price is kind of already trending one way, that typically shows you, hey, you know, we're going to flip and we're going to go the other way. But if we do close kind of like what we're doing right now, that kind of shows a lot of strength on the bulls or the bear side, because the bulls tried to take it back here up to our basically up to our breakdown level and then broke down. Yeah, we'll see what kind of trades we can jump into here, if any, as price kind of continues to break down here. Now we're getting a pretty decent breakdown. So we basically already hit our level here, so that's almost making me wonder if it's making me wonder if we're going to continue down to this second level that I've marked here. If we're going to get that breakdown through the 4 hour, and like I said, like we could get a spike. So like maybe we don't get the spike here, and maybe we close like right here, and that'll be like an hour, I guess. So maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But maybe we get that breakdown, spike down here, and then come back up within the next hour. I don't know. We'll see. But that is a possibility. Or maybe we close even just a little bit below it and then get the spike down. I don't know. It is interesting though that we already almost hit that level here on the 4 hour 200 there. So we'll see. Looks like we just got our second close here. So now we're waiting for that retrace here back up to our level here on the Let's see, what is this, 15-minute here? So I guess really we're waiting on the 5-minute here for that retrace. We'll see. Checking out, seeing what's happening. Should check out. I don't know if we have any news today or not. Here, I'm gonna go check that out real fast. So we're gonna head on to cryptocraft.com. This is the best place to find any kind of news like that, especially for the crypto market. You go to today, so the 8th, and it looks like we got no news really today. We had some at 7:30, but they're all light impact, so nothing to worry about. Looks like this unemployment claims that came out a little bit lower than they were expecting. Same with the U.S. trade balance. But yeah, overall, nothing crazy, nothing that really should affect the market. So, yeah, I'll just head back here. Looking like we're gonna get that retrace here. We'll see if we can get that breakdown. We got our trade kind of positioned here, ready to go down. Just waiting on it. Waiting on it to tell us to get in. We can kind of drop our thing down here to the 2nd level. See what we can do. Wow, this is a pretty crazy candle actually. And this could be our retrace right here. We'll see. You want to see a little bit of resistance here. Like, that candle is pretty crazy. It just blew up through this zone here. So we're looking for price to tell us that we're actually going to break down. Yeah, it's about time. About time. Kind of just watching this here. You can use the battle box here as well to trade this. So, like, say, we'll take a screenshot there, and we'll head back to our battle box here, and we'll say, I'm thinking about getting in. Now, let's say I'm about to get in here pretty soon once the retest confirms. We did, let's say we got our 2 candle closes, and yeah, that's all we have to say. We're just gonna say that. Same today. Don't want to type too much more. So we got right at the breakdown trigger. I don't think I looked at the screenshot. Look at the screenshot I sent. There we go. Yeah, I think what it did is it just like went back and was like, oh, you know, like based off of what we talked about this morning, it's not valid. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I got the screenshot though. All right, so that's basically perfect right there. We got to close. I really want to see a little bit more confirmation though. Like the way it just did that, that massive candle right there just engulfed 2 other candles. Well, actually, it just engulfed like that whole down run that we had. So like right here, you're seeing the down run here all the way to here. So basically since we've broken out of the breakdown level all the way down, that one candle just swallowed all of that. So that's a little sketchy. That's bullish engulfing for sure. So something to be mindful of. That's why I'm not jumping in like this second. We could see the breakdown kind of fail right here. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see if we get that turn. Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one. It's definitely not showing a lot of strength here on that level of actually like turning here. We'll see how this candle plays out. We really want the candle to close below, especially the 15. We want it to close below that the breakdown level really, and then we can kind of jump in. Yeah, if we get that close here on the 15-minute candle above, then we'll be kind of looking to just not take the trade. That would make me not interested in it. But we still want to hold off on trading. Yeah, I don't know. A little bit of a breakup. Not looking too much like we'll get this on. We'll see how this candle closes. So, yeah, basically just watch how the candle closes here on the 15-minute. If we get a close below, I would say it's still valid. But if not, then I would probably just stay out of it, you know, at least for the trade that we're looking at. We really want that trade to close below. So be on the watch out. That's what we're looking for. Preferably we wouldn't want the 5 minutes to close above it either, but that's looking pretty unlikely as well. So really just watching for that breakdown here to on the 15-minute to kind of tell us stay out of the charts here. We're going to start looking for that rotational play back to the POC at, I believe it was like 90. It's basically this blue line from what I remember is like 91 to 50, I think, or something like that. So right here at this blue line, that's kind of where we're looking to take back up to if it confirms down here. So really just wait and see. If you're a member of our Kabroda suite, then make sure you check it out, use the AI, ask it questions, send it chart pictures, all that kind of good stuff. It'll help you out. But yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at for today, so we'll just kind of have to watch it. But yeah, other than that, thank y'all for watching. Hopefully y'all had a good day. Happy trading to y'all, and we will catch y'all next week on Tuesday for the next live stream. yeah, until then, check out the Kabroda site, check out our X account, check out our YouTube. Hit up that free trading course if you're looking to learn how to trade, take your trading to the next level. Other than that, like I said, thanks for watching. We will catch y'all next time. Bye, y'all.